Several episodes have been asking you to join Rotary and asking you to come and embrace the art of service, the need for you to serve with Rotary. This weekend we are going to ask you to celebrate with us the nature and the love that we have for our country. For only in nature and the beautiful Pearl of Africa can Rotary celebrate with us. Welcome to the Rotary Moment Show.
This time, the Rotary Moment Show took off time to showcase the love that Rotary has for our motherland, Uganda.
When Sir Samuel Baker discovered these falls, he named them Murchison Falls after the president, Roderick Murchison, who was the president at that time of the National Geographical Society. Later on in 1970, President then, Idi Amin, decided that it was better to go back and be named as Kabalega National Park. In hindsight of who the Mukama then was, Idi Amin decided to change the name from Murchison Falls to Kabalega National Park. This is a beautiful place. It is a wonder of magic. And it is very nice that as Rotary we get to celebrate nature by coming to fellowship on the Nile. We're looking forward to a beautiful, beautiful weekend where we explore with animals, where we shall see nature as it is supposed to be. Rotary has a fellowship in District 3190 that has the Rotary Wildlife Fellowship. We associate with them right now because we are going to explore nature, and I believe this is the best way to do it in our country.
It started by 6:30 a.m. and the team was flagged off at Pop Pole. A 305-kilometer journey by road to Murchison Falls National Park started. The park sits on the shores of Lake Albert in northwest Uganda. The Rotarians arrived in style and they were served food on arrival.
We have a very beautiful country, and as Rotarians I encourage you to take a trip as you go to fellowship with other Rotarians. One of the things that you should do is visit the wild, visit fellow Rotarians. Let us go and see how beautiful Uganda is, like we have just explored.
They were now ready to experience the beauty of Murchison Falls, the park wildlife that includes lions, elephants, hippos, giraffes, and many others. Insights were given with professional and experienced English-speaking tour guides.
First of all, we undergo training, a basic training, but later we have experience of the seasons, how dynamics the animal movements change. And since we are within the park almost 365 days, apart from our annual leaves of maybe 1 month, we are here. So we know the dynamics of this animal within the park. And we know which area is rich in the animal species. Yeah.
Our guide stroke game ranger informed us that they were not only tasked with animal protection, but played other important roles.
Like apart from conserving these animals, we also concern with their habitat. So we ensure that the habitat where these animals can live harmoniously are not tampered with. Like for the lions, it is they have very nice thickets, which are habitats where they can be able to hide during the heat of the day, during the time when they have given birth to their cubs. Those cubs are produced blind, they are not seeing, yeah, and they are helpless. In case they are not hidden in good areas like thickets, the predators like the hyenas, the jackals will eat them. So some of these are like micro habitats for these lions, so they are well kept. Yeah, we see those habitats are not interfered.
Have you ever seen the tallest animal in the world? You cannot believe my excitement looking at this beautiful, beautiful animal with the loveliest neck that I've ever seen. This is so beautiful. How Uganda is endowed, I can never tell you. And there's nothing as amazing as this. The euphoria I feel right now, I wish you could feel. I am very excited. I've never felt this excited, being this close to an animal that I don't think I'll ever see anywhere else. And only when associated to Rotary can you enjoy pleasures like this. So I am very privileged to be a Rotarian and to be part of the team that is exploring the nature and the magic and the wonders of Uganda.
He revealed to us that the king of the jungle, one of the big five most feared, the lion, makes this national park a famous tourist destination.
Maxon is having 4 of the big 5 of Africa. And those big 5 of Africa are those animals which were named by the early wildlife hunters. And they are highly prized. Majority of our visitors come into Uganda or in Maxon Falls National Park in particular to come and see these big 5, and they include the lion. And the lions being the king of the jungle. They are called the king of the jungle. They are being feared by the rest of the animals. Much as the elephant is very big, it can weigh up to 7 tons. When the lion is there, it will have curiosity. Yeah, it will not be very easy. So that's why the lion is the king of the jungle. They are at the top of the food chain. Their population is very low. So people tend to come and see them.
How many do we have here? Do you know? How many?
Our rough estimate is around 140.
100 of them?
Yes, in an area of 3,893 kilometers squared. That is the area of Maxon.
Wow.
Yeah, and when you put 2 reserves which are directly attached to the national park, that is the Bogongo and Karuma Wildlife Reserve. They make a big protected area of 5,072 kilometers. Wow. Yeah.
The king of the jungle right there, so beautiful, resting. It is resting.
A call from lioness. The lioness feeds, then it will go and feed. Yes. Then it will feed. The habitat, we have 7 departments. One of the departments is the ecological monitoring department, which is tasked with the health of the park. And when they find that like one species is not becoming good in the environment, they will intervene. Yeah, the case study is like in Queen Elizabeth, the sickle bush has become a burden where they intervened by removing it. And then like here, you can see some areas are green. They did controlled burning. Yeah, that one is purposely to regenerate the vegetation, which is palatable for the grazers, such that the grazers don't move out of the park. In fact, when we leave the park unburned, whereby you can see the grass which is here and the animals are not many because it's less palatable. And where we have done controlled burning, you see concentration of the animals. So that one means that the park intervenes in the management of these habitats.
The activities were breathtaking and Rotarians enjoyed.
The breeze that I feel here today, I wish you were part of the scenery and feel the euphoria that I feel right now. It is only a lovely place and it's only found in the Pearl of Africa. Uganda, my country. I wear this flag proudly, Ugandan, because I know that I come from a beautiful home and a place that all of us belong to. As a Rotarian, I embrace today the nature and the wild that I've just seen. I've seen lions, giraffes, lots and lots of antelopes, different types that I didn't even know that existed. I believe that we can only experience and embrace our nature and the wild if we come and tour our country. It is only beautiful when you come and see it for yourselves. So as Rotarians, I ask you to come. Come with your clubs. Join the Rotary Club of Masindi. Come to Kabalega National Park, which is the match zone, by the way. As Rotarians from Gulu, anyone coming from the northern mega area of fellowship, come and celebrate Rotary. Come and let us support Uganda with the wild. Innovation never ceases to end. Who knew that Rotarians would come and see nature, wildlife, attach it to fellowship? But we're here this weekend for fellowship on the Nile. And I'm seated with the brains behind this beautiful, beautiful idea. The Executive Director of Adventures Vacation Safari, Rotarian Farouk. I have one question for you because I know it's night and we're not supposed to be stressing you with questions. I'll have my interview later. Where did this idea come from?
Well, thank you very much. Being a Rotarian, as you know that my life always with Rotarians, we travel a lot. I felt like many of our friends travel all over the world and never do they think about visiting this beautiful country. They've been everywhere. You would always hear friends going to Seychelles, going to Dubai, going to Kenya, to the Mara, And I knew that our country is more beautiful than many other parts of the world they always do. So yes, I had to put together a very good program and worked out with my Mastercard Foundation and UTA. And here we are. I had to collect the appealing Rotarians, and we talked about this, and I'm sure that they've really enjoyed their holiday, and many other people will be coming to visit these places, hence rebuilding tourism at large.
It is a chilly morning, despite the fact that we had a very hot day last night. We've woken up to chills. Right now standing at the Para Bridge, the one that connects the two sectors of Murchison Falls. It is an amazing sun coming up. Beautiful sight for us to see. Okay, now that makes sense. I was trying to find the white car that came is for the UTV board. Please increase the volume. We left our beds this morning at about 5:30 to come and experience the wild. It's such a beautiful moment and a lovely time to be in Rotary. I have two great gentlemen on my side. One is the Deputy CEO of Uganda Tourism Board, Mr. Bradford Ocheng, and the other is somebody so close to my heart that every time I find him, it is beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. The incoming district governor, I don't want to call you DGE anymore because it's just a few months. The incoming district governor of District 9214, DG Peace Tarema. It's always lovely to have you on this show. The Rotary Moment is experiencing something for the first time. We are in the wild. We are here to associate with a fellowship that is in District 3190 that has the Rotary Fellowship, Wildlife Fellowship. And I believe this would be a very important thing for them to see that Africa has picked up something in the wild. But then again, what brings us here? The Fellowship on the Nile. A very beautiful experience. And I'm going to start with Bradford. Rotary is about service above self. Probably while the DG is here, I'll ask you, are you a Rotarian? Do you plan in the near future to become a Rotarian?
Yes, Carol, I'm very happy.
Yes.
Quite happy, really.
Yeah.
I'm not a Rotarian, but yes, very plan to be.
Good.
Very encouraged.
Yes.
Really encouraged. Since we came from Kampala, I've seen a lot of many things.
Yeah.
Of course, I've visited many Rotary clubs. Sometimes to speak, sometimes just invited
Yes.
to see and network.
Yeah.
Very good. And of course, I also know that you work for sustainable projects. And I think as UTB, we are very happy. First one of our values and mission is really to sustainably promote Uganda, for inclusive development.
Yeah.
Meaning that all our actions, all our projects, all our visitors must act sustainably.
I want to pick up the conversation exactly there. You deal with sustainable projects, you deal with to ensure that our nature, wildlife, tourism is sustainable. A week ago you launched something called sustainable tourism. What does that mean? And what our theme as Rotary next year is Imagine Rotary. Yeah? And I want to understand, when we listen to you and the district governor being here, what does that say about us next year when it comes to local tourism?
I think it says that the world we live in is always changing.
Yeah.
And practices are always changing, and we need to actually react to the world.
Yeah.
And because you have a network throughout the world, many you visit so much and all that, we thought also with this, as a country that is in transition, that is in moving forward, there's a lot that we can can hold. There's a lot that we can benchmark. There's a lot that we can copy and paste that's relevant to our situation.
Yeah.
But for us, really, visitors that come to the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, should come and visit the Pearl responsibly.
Okay.
See what you have here. Even for 30 years to come, people who are coming after us should be able to see and feel the Pearl. I think that's really a responsibility we are talking about, the sustainability we are talking about.
Okay.
So I think with this, there's a lot that we can really borrow and learn from Rotary because of your network, extensive learning. Yeah, anything that I imagine that is good for our country, and we think as long as we can have them here and meet. Really, at the end of it all, we are interested in having business.
Great. Thank you, Bradford. Now I'm going to turn to my district governor. Imagine Rotary. Let us dream, let us close our eyes and dream. Imagine a sustainable tourism. Imagine somebody visiting Uganda and planting a tree. All of us here, as we came to the park, the 35 of us plant a tree before we leave the national park. Imagine a park full of animals and never poached. Imagine a Rotary that allows us to mix. Imagine a Rotary with a Rotary club within the park. I want to ask you to speak to us about our new theme in lieu to what we're doing here, the Fellowship on the Nile, local tourism.
Thank you, Carl. And thank you, UTV, for the partnership. I want to imagine that moment when we are talking about our own families. Before we get out, we are looking at that moment where we start with our own families. We have already had discussions on board. We are imagining those moments when we have our own workplaces. And we are talking about the moment when you need to go for workshops. When you not go for team building. We have already started imagining in that direction. We have already started imagining when our international partners are in this country. We have already imagined a moment that whenever we have any international partner, must expose him or her to our nature.
Beautiful.
We are imagining that moment when our own friends can come, this time as a group of families.
Family of Rotary.
We are imagining those moments when we shall send our children. 8 of us have already committed that we shall send our children without ourselves to come here because we already have a partner. We are comfortable, we have UT, our Uganda Tourism Board. We are comfortable, we have a service provider. We are comfortable, our children will come here and go back.
And they're safe.
And they are safe. We are imagining that moment when this wildlife will be richer for us to talk about wildlife, for us to talk about nature, for us to talk about tourism. We are imagining a moment when this tourism does not stop at only us, but it moves another step of empowering our communities. People will come here, they will eat, they will drink. Let's imagine that moment when we shall have crafts. We imagine that moment when the suppliers of food to the visitors here are many. We are imagining that moment when the incomes around this area. We are imagining that moment when the tourist guides must increase in number because the numbers have also increased.
Which is employment.
We are imagining in those directions. I'm convinced that at that level, then we can comfortably talk about sustainability, sustainable tourism.
Bradford, one last question. UTB and Rotary almost do the same things. I said for you it's about nature, preserving nature, ensuring that our wildlife is there. Whereas us on the side of Rotary, we serve above self, we go to communities and make sure that we live when they are happy and happier than before we arrived. Now, I just learned, by the way, DG, that whatever amount of money we have paid here, 20% of that amount goes to the community around the park. When we were coming, I asked a question: how many medical centers do we have outside or inside the park? And how sustainable is it for the people outside the park, outside this park, to come and mingle with the people within without causing any affliction? And it got me thinking about the 20% that is contributed to the outside. Does that money go to the medical centers? Does it go to the schools? How is it utilized? And for me, that helps us to look in terms of projects for Rotary. Is there something that Rotary can partner with the community around the park? Again, still to promote tourism and allow us to grow bigger.
Thank you, Carol. At UTB, we market the country. Really, that is our main market. We market the country, we regulate the standards.
Yes,
So the parks need assets for Uganda Wildlife Authority.
Yeah.
So we also partner with Wildlife Authority to make sure we market this.
Yeah.
And over and above the nature, we also have other tourism programs. It can be sports, it can be fishing of the Nile, fellowship on the Nile, water. It can be culture, it can be whatever you think really tourists can be interested. It can be the food, it can be the so that's UTB. So for us as UTB, anything that is really can attract visitors locally and abroad, I think we are interested, we are able to market. But above that, really, in terms of projects and our contribution, the more the numbers, the merrier. Because again, the collection that you are collecting, 30% goes to the project. That 30% really is more really with the community projects. What is it that the community wants? Is it a school? Is it a hospital? Is it a micro project? Is it what? That is there. And then the issue really is for us to see that the numbers grow and the money also grows. I think for us, the magic is in the number.
Yes.
The more the number, the merrier.
The merrier. The more collections, yes.
Before COVID, this has been the biggest park that's really attracted more visitors than the other park. I think in 2019 there were over 105,000 visitors that came here annually. 105,000, biggest actually. So if you grow this number probably to 300, 400, I think the opportunities are limited. 300,000
people coming through the airport and in the country.
And the value chain is you have transport here, you have food, you have seen what you are doing.
Yes.
Here. All these are touch points. And every touch point you leave money,
Yes.
And then the final one is actually the taxis. Some go and sleep in the hotels, you have the VAT, you have the food at the hotel and all that. So the multiply effect is actually so big. At UTB, we think the sector tourism is one that will contribute very directly to the development of the economy. And really, with our partnership, with our numbers, with the margin, everything is happening positively. I think the sky is the limit for us.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Bradford. And he said something very important as we conclude, that we can also use Fellowship on the Nile as a part of tourism. And UTB is willing to partner with us in terms of Rotary fellowships that could be an attraction point to the country. Isn't that wonderful?
Extremely wonderful.
Yeah.
I give you one small example. 2 years ago, you are aware of our initiative of the camping fellowship.
Yes.
We talk to Rotarians. We spend a night out. We spent a night out during the COVID time.
Yes.
We were able to raise money, and we donated an ECG machine to Uganda Heart Institute. Last year, we did the same campaign. Rotary, this time the numbers increased. We had about 43 Rotary clubs represented. We came up with own simple collection, and we were able to buy two machines. We have donated one to Ginger Referral Hospital and another one to Mbarara Regional Hospital, Referral Hospital. When it comes to the partnership we are now developing, we are looking at it from another level. Camping for what? Camping for a reason. This year around, we want to camp for mothers. Quite exactly what we're talking about. We must bring our people to support this economy in terms of tourism, and we shall have tourism supported for a purpose. We would like to look at a situation where this fellowship on the Nile, we can have a global grant. And then we say that there should be one of the best hospitals around the national park. Then our own guests, whenever they are coming to Uganda,
secure.
They know that that health facility is the best they will go to. I'm imagining those very important.
Thank you.
For the work.
Thank you very much, my DG. Thank you, DGPs, and thank you, Bradford. We are very grateful for UTB. Imagine Rotary. Imagine a world free of disease. Imagine a wildlife that is as beautiful as this. Imagine Rotary in partnership with Uganda Tourism Board.
Let's go there when the tarmac starts. Rotary muevale, Rotary muevale, Rotary muevale kuja,
You are the drivers who are going to propel the young generation, people outside there, and people will actually pick interest of coming to Maction Falls, and they will also have to see what we've actually conserved throughout all these years.
The Maction Falls team, these Rotarians have a small gift, and this small gift is what they wanted to, is what they came with, and we want to hand over this gift to a school. There is a school in the Maction Falls which looks after the children of the Rangers.
On behalf of the team that is here, please take these exercise books, 3 cartons of exercise books, and these few pens to that school and tell them that it is with love from Rotary in Uganda. It is with love from the Rotarians who have come here to fellowship on the night.
Para Primary School has been leading in Bulisa district. So this will actually add a lot of energy to their children, and they will be the best come next year also.
I would like to call this fellowship to order. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Hannington Isegirinya, Changemaker President from the Rotary Club of Rubaga. I'm really happy that we have this great opportunity. This is the first of the kind of fellowship, and I hope we'll have more coming up.
Thank you. Let's humble ourselves for the grace. For food, for friends, and for fellowship. Some people have, others don't have. May we always be thankful for what we have and mindful of the needs of others.
Amen. As we go into this fellowship, we should be mindful about our president. Can we give the royal toast to our president, to His Excellency the President of Uganda?
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda.
The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of wealth enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society.
Take people to the tourism sites. So government found money from World Bank and they handed it over to us to buy the various equipment, and I'm happy to tell you that the boat you are sitting in is a boat that was bought by private sector foundation for the Uganda Wildlife Authority. This is a 52-seater boat. Is that so, sir? You received it 3 years ago, isn't it? This is a boat that we acquired and is helping this tourism opportunity to be extended to a number of people who want it.
UTB is a government institution created many years ago, just to be exact, 1994. We've been around for quite some time. We'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary. So next 2024 will be 30 years old. So we've been around. And primarily we are tasked with really marketing this country.
Our fellow Rotarians, our partners in service, I'm so happy because what we are having is what we call networking, coming together into fun and fellowship. And that was done this afternoon, is that when we handed over those books and pens, it was one way of saying that when we come here, we must leave a mark and a sign of hope to the children of the world. Each and every one of you, I believe you moved with some money. You can't just move without any money. We are going to hand over books, more books to this community. We are going to buy pens and pencils for them, and maybe sets, so that they can compete with children of the affluent.
This is not my first trip to be in this place, but every time I come, it's different. And this time around, because of the company that I have, the numerous things that have been done in this area, I have enjoyed myself. We have had fellowship on the boat. We had breakfast in the wild. We had a game drive where we saw different animals, and it's so.
When you come and see what you're seeing here, you'd want your family to be here with you. You'd want them to come one day, especially the children. Our children should begin appreciating Uganda now. You know, we get so busy, school, home, and so on, and most of the time they don't get the opportunity to see what Uganda really is. So definitely it's an opportunity that we wouldn't let go. This is something that we need to take home to our families. We need to ensure that inbuilt this interest, the interest we have and appreciation of our country. We need to actually take it to the children too. So I would love to be back here with my family.
Then there was Frank, that Nyarwanda guy. Yeah? He went back to Rwanda as soon as we finished campus.
Yakupita. Yeah.
A beautiful outing for 3 days. Extremely extraordinary. Yeah, extremely extraordinary. And we do thank Governor Peace for thinking about this kind of thing. It is unique.
My name is Peter Kagwa, a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Kampala, Bunyonyo, and I'm actually the incoming district membership chair for District 9214 for the year 2022 to 2023. I'd like to invite you all to join Rotary to enjoy nice moments like this. What a nice, beautiful trip that we've had here to the Murchison Falls. We've seen the Uhuru Falls, the Murchison Falls. We've had a trek up. It's been a long trek, but very beautiful. I invite you to join fellowships and all fun events that Rotary brings as you give service to your communities. Join us, join Rotary.
Fellow Ugandans, I would like to invite you to Murchison Falls National Park, and indeed to many national parks in Uganda. We as private sector foundation in Uganda would like our tourism sector to recover quickly. We want you, the domestic tourists, to come to our parks. Please join us. Let's come to the parks. Let's enjoy what Uganda has. Just see the beauty.